Suited and booted, I'm ready for war. Put the pedal to the floor.
They keep on telling me more.
They're missing a half a dozen guys that would be in the lineup. They've played as hard as they can. Now they've got a day to kind of regroup a little bit, get 6 more guys in the lineup. Just think of that, 6 more guys.
The Slovaks, they believe that they could score.
They gave Canada everything they had today.
Are you looking at a warrior? See, this is going at its way. I'm straight to go and I'm ready for war.
The 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton continues to chug right along. Next up, a key Group A matchup featuring 2 teams with quarterfinal aspirations. After being outscored 21-3 in its first 2 games, Germany looking for its first win of this tournament, taking on a Slovakia side who played very well, hung around there against Canada on Sunday. And thanks so much for joining us here on TSN. I'm Laura Dyken, joined alongside our analyst Ray Ferraro. And more than any other team, Germany has faced the most adversity so far at these World Juniors. Because of positive COVID-19 results, the team had only 14 available skaters to them for back-to-back games against Finland and Canada. Not easy, but reinforcements are on the way. Goaltender Florian Bugel is back and will get the start for Germany against a Slovak side that has surprised so far. With more, let's say hello to Craig Button and Dennis Bayak.
Despite not scoring much, Slovakia finds itself 1-1 in this tournament, Craig, and a player that's not eligible until the 2022 draft, someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, don't forget the name Juraj Slavkovsky, a 6'4" skilled centerman with power. Playing in the TPS junior program in Turku in Finland, he can play any way you want. And whether it be with skill, whether it be with power, whether it be with thinking, he's got all the elements to be a frontline center in the National Hockey League. And consider this, he's 16 years old at the World Junior Hockey Championships, and he carries a frontline role for Slovakia.
Impressive, and this is his first IIHF event.
So they talked about Slovakia. Let's talk about Germany. 2 NHL draft picks on this roster, Ray. So let's talk about the one that's not named Tim Stützle.
Yeah, well, Tim Stützle's got all the notoriety so far, but 31 picks after Tim Stützle was taken by Ottawa last year in the draft. J.J. Peterka was taken number 34 by the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres are thrilled to have him, and he's had a great start to this tournament. Strong and powerful. What I've noticed this year, as opposed to last year, is the age, the year, the strength has all come together for him. So he's a little quicker, a little more mobile to get to the puck, and he's got really good hands and a powerful straight line game. I like Peterka's game a lot. Last year in the DEL, the German Elite League, he scored 7 goals in 42 games for Munich. This is a really good player, and if Germany is going to get themselves somehow into the quarterfinals, Peterka and Stützle are going to carry them.
Speaking of Stützle, the Senators announcing Sunday that they signed their 3rd overall draft pick to a 3-year entry-level contract. I don't know if they came into the bubble to do that. I guess they have to do it over Zoom these days. But in any event, Germany getting closer and closer to full strength here inside the Edmonton bubble, while Slovakia looks to continue its solid play and, maybe score a goal or 2 along the way. Only 2 so far in 2 games. Stick around for Puck Drop.
Welcome back to Edmonton, the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship, as this day wraps up with a game between Slovakia and Germany. Germany, unfortunately, still short-staffed, and Slovakia will try to go to 2-1. Your officials for this game, the referees are Matthew Minetti of Verdun, Brett Rowland of Winnipeg. The linesmen are Brett Mackey of Surrey and Tarrington Wyonsek of Regina. In goal for Germany, it'll be Florian Bugel. His first IIHF event plays in Salzburg at Red Bull Academy. And Simon Letkotsi, who was brilliant in the 1-0 shutout. He stopped 28 of 28 against Switzerland. In behind the bench for Germany, 50-year-old Tobias Abstreiter, second year with the U20 team. He's been coaching since 2010. And Robert Petrovicki, 208 NHL games played, 1 World Junior, 3 Olympics, 4 World Championships, including a gold in 02. Robert Petrovicki behind the bench for Slovakia.
After last night's game versus
one.
Canada, Robert Petrovicki has to feel very good about his Slovak team. They played a terrific game against Canada.
All righty, boys, sticks down. Germany, you're down first. Here we go.
They've only scored 2 goals, but they're 1-1. Jeluš will chase this down for Slovakia. Jeluš turns it over. Krobot will send it down the ice. Just gets chopped around the boards by Golian, and Jeluš is up with it. On from Mrazek, away from him, and grabbed off by Gnip. Simon Gnip is averaging 29 minutes and 14 seconds of ice time. That is #1 in the World Junior Championship in the early going.
They've had 5 defensemen. Probably those 5 are probably right up there in the top ice time guys. There's Robert Petrovicki, and as I mentioned, the game against Canada on Sunday night. I thought Slovakia, the goaltending to Samuel Halabai, they had chances. Devin Levi had to stop them on a number of occasions when it was 1-0, and then the Philip Tomasino breakaway goal gave Canada some breathing room, but Slovakia was good. There wasn't a hang-on game. They played right with Canada throughout the game.
If you invited him for dinner and called him Robert Petrovicki, he would still come. If he was allowed to come, which of course he's not. But I go back to the Tri-Cities days. We had his brother Ronald Petrovicki there, and he insisted that he wanted to be called Petrovicki. But in Slovakia, it would be Petrovicki, one of those situations. But he's a very good coach. He's done a good job. Miro Shatan had a handle in convincing him to come and coach this squad. Former NHLer, played here in Edmonton. Bichar trying to clear it for Slovakia, could not. Played back at the blue line for Gnip. Gnip will sail this wide short side, taken by Peterka. Peterka gets tied up on the play. Staha trying to work it up the left side boards. Staha gets a little bit of help, and here comes Kashlik. He'll get it to the German line no further, and Gnip will take over. Gnip will leave it for Eliash. Finds a little bit of room, and Eliash, with 17, not 7, Raba, who had that rush down the left side. And this will be an icing call, and the faceoff will come all the way back.
Well, Matej Kashlik was in the corner, and he had Stützle on one side of him and Peterka on the other side of him, and there's nowhere to go, and he just takes a step out and now is able to get out of the zone. He's able to get into position to get the puck, and he doesn't force it anywhere. He's got his head up, awareness. Nice play by Mr. Kashlik.
21 minutes and 16 seconds against Canada for him. Led his team in ice time in that contest. Schumacher plays this back in behind for Glutzel. Glutzel steps it off the boards to the line and no further. Staha breaks it up. Zimmerman back at his own blue line. Zimmerman sends it for Schumacher. He'll chop it in and head to the bench on the change. Staha gets a bump. Puck squirts free. Eliash. A couple of Eliashes in this game. Florian Eliash for Germany. Uri Eliash for Slovakia. Staha will park in behind his own net, and then he will head to the bench on the line change. And Slovakia will regroup. Petrovicki plays this up for Jendik. Jendik first on the puck. Jendik taken to the backboards by Munzenberger. Kalenic is after it. Kalenic tried to rub his man out, could not. And the puck grabbed off, and some room now for Krobot. Krobot takes it wide against Petrovicki. Krobot puts it back in behind the net. Turan goes after it, stuffs it ahead for Kalenic. Kalenic dropped it back for Turan, but he was right up on the play, and the puck ends up on the stick of Stützle. Stützle tried to center that. Fight is on the loose puck. Fight had the only goal in the 1-0 win against Switzerland for Slovakia. This gets pucked in by Stützle. Latazzi, who was brilliant in that game, lays it off the glass and back into the German zone. And Wutzel will give chase. No score here in the early going. Stützle chases this back into his own zone. Speaking of ice time, 24:06 is his average. That is #1 for forwards in this tournament. And again, some of that has to do with the fact that they're short-staffed. Some of it has to do with he's a pretty good hockey player.
Oh, yeah. You got to play all the minutes. You got 9 forwards, 3 lines, and 5 defense. So somebody's got to eat up that ice time.
Ludrak puts on the brakes against the forechecking of Volek. Kanashko takes it off the boards, chips it past Schumacher and back into the German zone. Taken by Zimmerman. Nice pass by Zimmerman, and Germany on the attack. It's dumped in by Enrique Morales. Played around and taken there by Chromiak. Plays it back for Kanashko. Kanashko trying to dance his way around Munzenberger, can't.
2 nice plays on this shift by Munzenberger, 27 for Germany. First under pressure, and then in the neutral zone, denying the play.
He will go play for Todd Woodcroft next year at Vermont. Bouncing puck in front, and Hugel will grab that and hang on to it. That is the one addition for Germany in this game, is the goaltender.
Tim Stützle is fantastically creative. Puck gets into his feet, but he knows exactly where it is, just kicks it back and under control. Just signed his entry-level contract with the Ottawa Senators. Just thrilled. I mean, not only is he thrilled to have an opportunity to play in the NHL, for all the fans and Ottawa and Senators fans.
Here's Stützle, trying to tuck that in short side as he took that drop pass from Elias. Deflected, score! Stützle in front of the net. Stick down, and looked like he got a piece of it to redirect it. And Germany has the 1-0 lead.
And he will thrill the fans of the Ottawa Senators. And I mean, his ability to arrive, to be in the right spots, find chances. Here's a little play, and then as it comes back up here to the point, you can see where it's a double deflection.
Yes.
Elias gets it deflected first, and then it goes over to Stützle. Not so sure, might have hit his inside of his leg.
Elias was the first to tip it, and then it did look like it changed directions for a second time, but we'll let the official scorers sort that out. Bottom line is Germany has a 1-0 lead. Either Elias has his third or Stützle has his second.
That'll be Elias's 5th point of the tournament, coming in here with 2 and 2. 2 goals, 2 assists.
Peterka plays it in. Stützle from a sharp angle, ripped it wide. And Gnip will chase this back into his own zone. For the Slovakian line, no further. Now J.J. Peterka trying to carry it in, and Elias had to lift that back leg. And offside is called against Germany. So as of now, the goal goes to Florian Elias. Although certainly the indication from Stützle was that he thought it did go off him. But bottom line is, Germany's up 1-0. Long shot, this gets punched away by Latazzi.
The first goal in the Austria-USA game the other night, I think they had 74 goal changes before they finally settled on Drew Hellison.
Yes.
Ray Ferraro and Gord Miller were laughing about it. It went back and forth and up and down and all around.
IIHF will send this ahead. McCluka trying to dig it out of the corner up there with IIHF, gets away, cleared back. After it is Golian swings it near side. Petrovicki quickly up for Yendik. Yendik tried to jam it through for Uri IIHF. Got intercepted. Mrazek on the loose puck and plays it back. And now they have changed the goal. Tim Stutzle has his second of the tournament, but it still is the 5th point of this tournament for Corey and IIHF.
Nice play by David Mudrock, who falls behind the nets, and it looks like Germany might have a chance, and he reaches around with his stick and makes a really good alert play. That was really sharp by David Mudrock. Comes around the net trying to escape. He loses his footing, but he keeps it away from Robot. Well, to stay settled in the moment, right? Like just to not get panicky. That was a nice play by Mudrock.
Was supposed to play in Oshawa, but OHL and the WHL yet to get going. Icing gets waved off. Chromiak chops it up the boards. And back for Simon Gnip, who also picked up an assist on that goal. Gnip against Canada, by the way, played 29 minutes and 36 seconds. That isn't my strong suit, but that's almost half a hockey.
Tim Stutzle took a stick up high. Germany isn't able to take that. It's got a shoulder, not a stick. As he comes across here, Chromiak cuts in front of him, and one of those kind of contact plays that stuns you more than anything.
Zimmerman plays this ahead, and then Zimmerman gets a stick up high. McCluka will go to the penalty box.
Minor penalty for high sticking.
So down 1-0. They will go to the penalty kill. There's the stick that comes up. Actually catches Volek, not Zimmerman, who was in behind him. So Germany to the power play. 3 for 7 so far in the tournament. 42.8% with the man advantage. So good numbers. Zimmerman plays it to the goal line. Back for Dubé. Dubé plays it for Volek. There's a wrist shot to the far side off the stick of Zimmerman. Cleared away. Volek.
Kotze made a nice save with that right shoulder.
Krobot leaves for Zimmerman. At the line, Munzenberger. Back for Zimmerman. Down for Krobot. Krobot trying to go high short side. Goes off of Mudrock. And up and out of play. A tough couple shifts for Mudrock.
Now here comes the challenge for Slovakia. Peterka and IIHF and Stutzle come out. They'll be challenging you.
It will be IIHF on the face-off. And the face-off won there by Yendik. And Bugle will leave it for Gnip. Nearing the midway mark of period number 1. Tim Stutzle has Germany up by a score of 1-0. Gnip will carry it in, plays it to the corner, goes in after it. Peterka controls off the sideboards, sends it down for Albert. Up top for Gnip, back for Peterka. Cross ice it goes for Stutzla. Tried to get it back in place and give and go with Gnip. And a bit of a misfire, and that allows Slovakia to clear and then make a player change. Gnip starts back up. Drops it for Albert. To the line for Stutzla, and the puck got rolling, and offside is called.
Stutzla has a real ease with his skill. He can play at a fast rate of speed. He can slow it down. He's got magnificent puck skills, and he's got that mind. He's always trying to set up an opponent. See how you're going to react where he can take advantage of you.
Coming into the game, him and Peterka led the team in shots on goal. Mrazek, backhander, scores! Short-handed marker is Mikhail Mrazek. Manages to get that in.
That was a really innocent-looking play. It's a neutral zone face-off, and as the puck ends up coming off the boards, just a little play off the boards, he gets underneath the German defenseman, and slips it in between the legs of Bugle right there along the ice, and it was almost like a pool game.
Bugle was getting ready for the poke check.
But as the puck comes off the boards and gets around the defenseman Glotzel, you know, Mrazek's coming the other way, picks up that puck and gets underneath, and it's not a play you see very often turn into a scoring chance.
So Mrazek's first of the tournament. Short-handed marker ties this game up 1-1. Probot slides it across for Zimmerman. Zimmerman. Roman Fight, number 9, who had the game-winning goal against Slovakia, pulls it out of the pile, or rather against Switzerland, sends it ahead for Mrazek, and Mrazek will send it in. Mrazek from Golian and Yelush, the scoring play, and a 1-1 tie here in the opening period.
Well, we're going to get another look at this goal by Mrazek, but unfortunately for Germany, this was offside. Mrazek is clearly inside the blue line. The puck is clearly not crossed the blue line, and ends up scoring the goal, and beneficiary of a... And even when I talk about that play, because the puck comes off the boards and he's coming around the other side, you know, it's such a peculiar play that developed into a scoring chance. It's not a common play at all.
But the goal stands.
Yeah.
But yes, it was offside. Panashko winds his way through center, got stopped there by Eliash, on for Stutzla. Stutzla chips it in, delayed offside. Peterka cleared the zone, then gave chase, but it's cleared ahead. Slavkovsky tried to play that to the front of the net, deflected away, and right back up the ice for Peterka. Peterka, Bichard trying to tie him up in the corner. He'll dish it off. Eliash leaves for Stutzla. Stutzla looking for Peterka. And this will go all the way back where Bugle will play it for Munzenberger. Slovakia 1-1, Germany 0-2. Big hit. Staha stands his man up. Schumacher tried to play it off the corner boards. Watched by Staha. Throws it back in behind the net. Nemitz there first for Slovakia. Plays it back for Staha, up for Makluka. Makluka tried to find Lichka with it. That didn't work. They'll try it again. Soika to the line no further. Now it does get jammed in, yet Lichka will give chase. After him is Raba. Centered in front, knocked away. Picked up by Dubé. Dubé plays it around, but it's right onto a Slovakian stick. Long wristed from the line. That went off a stick to the corner. And now cleared back out at center ice. And Nemitz will play give and go with Petrovicki. Petrovicki, a little backhand chip pass on for Elias. Elias to the line. Giving chase is Raba. Turned over at the line. Slap shot from Turin never got through. Ricochets off a couple of legs. Turin tried to get it deep, could not. And back for Dubé. Dubé gets pinned to the backboards by Petrovicki. Robot tried to get that back to Zimmerman.
Samuel Dubé, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree because his father Yannick was a terrific competitor, always in the battle, always in the fight, and Samuel plays exactly the same way.
Yannick was a Vancouver draft pick. Played in a couple of Memorial Cups. Led the Quebec Junior League in scoring 1 year.
Was a star at the '94 World Junior Championships in Ostrava. Canada won the gold.
Hit across for Stützle. Tried to work his way to the inside. Stützle to the boards hard there with big Andre Golian. And the puck up for Mrazek. Mrazek takes it wide. Mrazek trying to center it. Does, but Rack is there. On the loose puck was Fight. And Bugle got a piece of that. Blutzel plays it outside the line. Mrazek puts it right back in. Yelich is on the puck. Yelich had a man in front. Couldn't get it through Zimmerman. The defenseman to get it there, though. Fight trying to jam it. Goes to the forehand. Roman Fight. Back for Konashko. Konashko will play it for Bichard. His wrist shot turned aside. To the front of the net it comes. Puck is still loose. Bichard drops it back for Konashko. Konashko back for Bichard. He tried to go back door. And this got deflected away. He was looking for Roman Fight. And it got tipped another play. 1-1 tie, Slovakia and Germany. 1-1 tie. Germany could have put in a challenge on this offside goal. We're more used to it in the National Hockey League, Craig, with people up in the eye in the sky and everything else, but that happened so quickly.
Yeah, and I think it happened quickly, right? And it's a peculiar play. And also, when you talk about in North America, how often, you know, a goal is scored, it's close, right away they look at the video pad and they got somebody looking at it, and fairness to the bias abstrator, you know, peculiar play, and you don't really challenge things as much, so you can understand why, you know, that goal was able to stand despite having provisions to overturn it.
Bromiak back for Bichard. Bichard whipped one from the top of the circle. Good save made by Bugle. Cleared him. Bichard will circle back into his own zone. Slavkovsky tried to dance his way through, could not. Raba grabs it. Steven Raba at the tournament in Berlin in the final had the game-tying goal with just seconds left, the U19 tournament, with just seconds left, and then to top it off early at overtime, ended the game. And Germany picked up the gold medal as a result of that. Drop back for Munzenberger for Dubé. Dubé shot turned away by Latkozzi. That goal by Stützle, by the way, the first one that Latkozzi has given up in this tournament after the shutout against Switzerland. And this will be an icing call against Slovakia. And the face-off will come all the way back as we get a look at Mario Zimmerman.
Simo Latkozzi, what an opening game performance he had against Switzerland. And when you consider this pool, Dennis, you know, you got Canada and Finland leading the way, and then, you know, really Germany, Slovakia, Switzerland, the games that they play against one another are the ones that are going to really determine the placing. So Slovakia ends up with a 1-0 win versus Switzerland. You know, obviously Germany had Finland and Canada right off the bat. So these are now the games.
Stutzla in, lets the wrist shot go. And save made by Latkazi.
Reads it nicely. Latkazi gets right out. He sees where Stutzla is coming through the middle of the ice. Shuts it right down. Good goaltending.
Just one game left for Slovakia after this one. That will be against Finland. Tomorrow will be an off day for Slovakia.
So just back to how these teams, Switzerland, Slovakia, Germany, and this is where, you know, Slovakia wins this game, puts them in position to finish third, because they will have beaten both Germany and Switzerland. So that puts them in the real good position. Because the expectation is that all three of those teams are going to lose to Canada and Finland.
Correct. Canada will play Swiss tomorrow. Three games on the slate for tomorrow, and it starts with what should be a dandy. USA versus Czech Republic. And if you look at the standings in Pool B, it tells you how big that game is. Mrazek after it in the corner. Mrazek tied up there with Big Munzenberger. A couple of big bodies going at it. Enrique Morales chips it off the glass back out the center. And Mudrak will go cross ice and then get it back. Pass up the middle goes off the skates of Mrazek. After it, Dubé back at the line. Glitzel gets it through. Rister to the short side, high by Alberg, and that goes over top off a stick, and we'll get a stoppage.
You know, one of the interesting things about this tournament, we talked about USA and Czech Republic in the game tomorrow beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern time, is that, you know, every team challenges you in different ways. The Czechs were fantastic with respect to their game plan and their 2-0 victory over Russia on Sunday night. But the U.S. are going to challenge them in a very different way than Russia did. So the ability to adapt to the different styles of play that each country throws at you becomes a really important ingredient for success at the World Junior Championships.
In behind the Slovakian net for Konashko. 1:40 left to go, period number one. Lead pass for Chromiak. That got intercepted. Zimmerman waits for everybody to get back on side. Played in. Zimmerman giving chase. Krobot trying to handle it. It got away from him and back up the ice now. For Slovakia, there's a short side try by Chromiak off the side of the net, off the outside of the post. Kashlik. It's played back to the line. Doesn't have enough to get back to the blue line, and quickly played out. Alberg trying to go in after it. And back down the ice for Slavkovsky. Big Slavkovsky takes it wide, throws it into the paint. And Bugle will smother it.
Mark Chromiak gets a chance off the rush, and see Chamonix tries to get it short side, but the shoulder post. Bugle is able to keep it a kind of that hard lean, right? Like, like you got to squeeze up against that post, but Chromiak was looking for that spot.
Eliash faces off with Makluka. Slovakia up with it. Nemitz from the line. The shot deflected wide. Getting dumped at the side of the net was Soika. And Germany will start back. Backhanded by Peterka to the front of the net. Latkatsky down. And grabbed off by Nemitz. Soika hits the line. Soika with the long wrister. Couldn't drive it through. Stutzla, long lead pass for Peterka. Too far for him. And Yendik will turn it up ice. Yendik's pass into the skates of Elias. Turan covers up. Elias stays on him. Stutzla there as well, waiting for a loose puck.
Hey, 7 here, guys.
And the clock will just simply tick down, and the first period will come to an end. Stutzla opened the scoring, and then Mrazek ties it up with a shorthanded tally. So one period done here in Edmonton. Slovakia and Germany in a 1-1 draw.
1-1 the score after one period of play here inside the Edmonton bubble. Laura Dyke and Ray Ferraro back with you, and we've talked about all of the adversity that Germany has faced so far, and we were saying that if they were going to get going, their two NHL picks would have to do something, and just how important was it for them to get this first goal of the night?
Well, I mean, coming off the way that things have gone for them, I mean, to get a goal, to get themselves into the lead is something that can give them a little bit of energy. And it seems like a broken record, but really the simple fact is we're going to talk about Tim Stutzla a lot because the kid's a star in waiting. I mean, he's the best player on the team. He's one of the top players in the tournament. Drafted this past year, of course, by Ottawa. Look at the slickness on the hands here as he gets in the defensive zone first, now in the offensive zone, then gets to the front of the net. And he gets a lucky break as the puck hits his leg off the Elias deflection and ends up behind the goaltender. So a 1-0 lead for Germany, and predictably Tim Stutzla had something to do with it.
This was his first game after signing his entry-level contract with the Sens. So yeah, welcome to the big team, that's for sure. On the flip side, when it comes to Slovakia, we saw issues scoring goals at last World Juniors. Only 9 goals so far here, 2 goals in 2 games, but sometimes you get lucky.
Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get a break, but you're right. When you go back to last year and then you move it forward into this year, goals are going to be a problem for Slovakia. So they're shorthanded here at the tail end of a power play, and Mikhail Mrazek gets behind the German defense and he puts it through the goaltender's legs. Bugle, well, how did he get behind the goaltender or the defenseman? He's 10 feet offside. But nobody on the German bench notices it. They're not able. They don't challenge it, and as a result, Slovakia, on just their third shot of the game, ends up tying the game up. So Germany has a 1-0 lead. They have a power play, and they end up giving up a shorty while they're at it. And so now we're back to 1-1. But a missed call and a good break for Slovakia, and another rotten one for Germany.
I know, as we were saying in the commercial break, it just depends how you look at it. Good
bet.
for Slovakia, more adversity for the Germans. Well, Florian Elias has scored 2 goals already at these World Juniors, looking to get on the board here tonight, but here he is first with Blake Price.
2 periods to go, Florian. You've had a lot of adversity, though, on your team. What was it like to have the lead in this game?
It was perfect. I mean, we were hard. We wanted to play hard. We want to win this game. So it was a great chance and a great feeling also that we got a lead.
Still only 14 skaters. You did get your goalie back for this one. Did that provide a lift, some excitement for you?
Oh, of course. We're glad to have him back. And it's his first game here in the championship. So we hope we can get this win today for him too.
Thanks for doing this. Good luck.
Thank you.
Team Canada remained perfect at these World Juniors after defeating Slovakia yesterday. When we come back, we'll have the latest on the red and white. Plus, we'll hear from Dylan Cousins.
Leadership is about feel in a lot of respects. What were you feeling on the bench?
I felt like we were good. Like, it was a close game and people might have thought we were in trouble, but we never thought we were going to lose that game. We felt like we were in control the whole time. We were confident on the bench, and I think, we just got to trust ourselves and trust the process, and it'll all work out.
What do you remember the most about the older guys leading last year?
I think, just stepping up. I mean, obviously Hayden gets his shoulder separated, and, he's dealing with lots of stuff in the media already, lots of hate coming at him and all that, but, he just stayed calm, stayed positive, and, after his shoulder's out, like he's hurt, we didn't think he'd come back and play, but he grinded it out for us, and I think that was the biggest thing, we took from that is, just how he put the team before himself and, just came out and played, through that injury. It was a brutal injury to play through, and, he did it, and he did good for us.
How do you make yourself available if guys have something to say?
I think, just being around them, talking to everyone, making them feel comfortable with me, and, making them feel comfortable that they can come up to me and talk to me about something important if they have to. I think the biggest thing is just hanging around the guys, getting to know them, and making them trust you. I think if they trust you, then it's good.
Sounds like a leader to me, that's for sure. And so far, so good for Team Canada here inside the bubble. But Ray, Canada missing a couple of faces in their win yesterday against Slovakia. Dylan Holloway, a bit of a surprise scratch there with an upper body injury. And then there was Braden Schneider because of the suspension. So the line's kind of getting shuffled around a little bit in practice today, but that wasn't the only reason.
No, Andre Tourné is looking for a little bit more from their forward group. He thought they were fine. I thought they were fine too, but they didn't really use their skill. They didn't get to the inside of the ice. And so the lines go into the blender here. And I think what you'll see is when you look at those lines, top to bottom, on each line there's a couple of players that have a really good engine. Holloway and Cousins, Krebs and Newhook, Quinn and Pelche. You look at those three and there's more energy to this lineup. I think it's really important for that top line, Holloway, McMichael, and Cousins, to use their size, to play with the physicality that I think Canada missed a little bit, but also they've got to play with some skill. We talk about they've got 13 first-rounders on their forward group here. You've got to let them play, and that's not the coach. That's the players. Don't play defensively and play cautiously. Play with some aggression. Push it to the other team.
Speaking of defense, Thomas Harley has fond memories of this building. He made his NHL debut in the summer when the NHL was playing the playoffs here, getting in a round-robin game with the Stars. Played 11 minutes in that one, but I have a feeling he's going to be averaging more than that as the tournament goes on.
Well, I think we've already seen that he's going to be one of those players that the Canadian coaching staff is going to lean upon. Average 20 minutes a game in the first two games, and that's pretty significant considering the one game was 16-2. So he scored against Germany, but I like the way Harley plays. He's a get-up-and-go player. He gets the puck. He can skate it out of the zone. He can move it out of the zone. He's got a physical presence, and you can see why the Dallas Stars thought enough of him to play him in a game in the bubble here when the NHL was here in August.
Canada getting all set for its next game here at the World Juniors, going up against Switzerland. Has never lost to the Swiss before, a perfect 23-0 at this tournament. 1-1, that is your score after 20 minutes of play between Slovakia and Germany.
After one period. Tim Stützle opens the scoring, second of the tournament for him. IIHF with the first deflection, then it goes off of Stützle. Gnip with the other assist, and then Michael Mrazek shorthanded, his first of the tournament, one that was offside but not challenged. There's your shots, 8-7 in favor of Germany in that opening period. We talked about Germany being short-staffed, which means more ice time for certain players. Luka Munzenberger, what did you see in his game?
Oh, I see lots in his game. He's going to be a draft pick, no question about it, in the upcoming NHL draft. Headed to the University of Vermont, but effective, efficient, steady, solid. There he is, making sure that the Slovak player goes no further. Under pressure, a little bump, holds the puck, gets it over to his partner, and away they go. Denies the entry, and then the puck moves the other way. Here's another really good play. Under his skates, he's under pressure, pause, come back, and now the puck comes out. Another one, confident in his skating, stepping up on the play. No, he'll get really good coaching at the University of Vermont from Todd Woodcroft, but no question, he looks like a player that go in the first 3 rounds of the NHL draft.
Wrister from Mrazek sails high and wide. As the second period gets going, Dubé trying to break away and does. And then the puck got away from him, and Woodrak got back to clear it back out to center ice. Alberg will send this back in, head to the bench on the change. Hillbach goes in after it, poked away from him. Peterka tries to work it off the sideboards. Good battle there, and it's up at center and cleared in by Fight, who then takes a bump from Peterka. Stützle will circle back. Gained speed through the neutral zone, tried to bust his way through. Konashko got a piece of him. Collision there. Konashko and IIHF, and not sure if it was the elbow or the stick came up, but Konashko got something up a little high on the receiving end. Pass cross, good defensive stick there as Gnip deflected that away, or it was a backdoor tap in. Here comes Stutzla with the wrist shot off a stick and just wide. Getting a piece of that was Konashko.
Nice play by Konashko.
Stutzla on it again, tried to play it back to the line, deflected out the center.
Konashko just steady, stick in front, and as Stutzla goes to get his hands ready to shoot, Konashko gets the stick on it and becomes a very harmless shot by Stutzla.
Bullock gets squeezed out in behind the play. Cashley on the puck, swings it to open ice. Konashko tried to get that up for McLuka. Too far for him. Konashko will try it again. Reverses against the traffic, sends it for Bichar. Bichar plays it up the boards. McLuka couldn't get anywhere. And Germany up with it. Munzenberger plays it back. Gnip with the shot, and that goes off a stick up and out of play. Fans watching around the world is Slovakia in action, and it is early in the morning or late at night over in Slovakia. Good boys to you too. Part of the World Junior Virtual Fan Club as they watch their team in action.
4:32 a.m. in Slovakia, wherever you are in Slovakia. Fans just love them. They love their teams, love their country, and Robert Petrovicki with the Slovak team they're looking real solid.
Got the tournament going on the right foot with the 1-0 win over Switzerland. Played very well against Canada in the 3-1 empty net loss. And here in a 1-1 tie with Germany. Elias chips it up the boards, sneaks it past Tomac and back up for Kalenic. Kalenic trying to work it free. Back up through center. And stop just inside the Slovakian line. Kalenic, lead pass, McLuka scores! Oleksio McLuka gets his first of the tournament.
Jaka Kalenic makes a great play as he gets the puck in the neutral zone off the turnover. Elias comes back and makes a good play, and then Kalenic, he spots the open ice, and he makes no mistake on a perfect pass to McLuka. And McLuka, patient, open up, a little turn, and then sees the opening between the legs. That's the second one that's gone between Bugle's legs. What a good heads-up play. But Elias comes back inside the defensive blue line to break up that rush by Germany. And then Kalenic, fully alert. McLuka jumping on the ice behind the German defense. Gets the perfect feed.
Bouncing puck in on Bugle. Had to be careful with that one, and he was. And hangs on to it. McLuka, another player that was headed to junior hockey for Naranda, but with everything on pause. There we go. Something to cheer about.
No lack of energy at 4:30 in the morning over in Slovakia.
Nope. Fight gets rubbed out in behind the net. Solid jolt there from Glitzel. Mrazek has the puck. Works it up the boards. Peterka takes it away, but it's kept it at the blue line. Long wrister by goalie and sailed high and wide. Mrazek centers. Bugle bats it away. And then Elias tried to clear. Yelush holds it in. Cross ice pass now for Fight. He tries to throw it to the front of the net. That got steered away. Grabbed off by Florian Elias. Sends it for Stutzla. Stutzla watched by Mudrak. Elias digs it free, looking for a Peterka. Mrazek collides with his teammate Yelush. They both go down. Elias in front. Lepotzi down and steers it to the corner. Stutzla swings away from Fight. Bichar knocks it away. Stutzla stays on it. Stutzla sends it back to Munzenberger. Through traffic, right on, save made. Latkatsy scramble, puck loose. Latkatsy with the splits. This is gloved, and it will be called, so Slovakia gets a bit of a break. Latkatsy down, but the glove pass whistles the play.
It's amazing how that puck becomes a magnet for bodies when it's in front of your net. Latkatsy trying to find it. And everybody converging. The Germans trying to find the puck to score. Slovak players trying to box out or find the puck to keep them from scoring. And it's a whole massive hockey player in front of Latkatsy.
Gnip sends that in. Latkatsy blockers it up and out of play. As we near the 5-minute mark of period number 2. Brilliant against Switzerland was Latkatsy. Brilliant all the time.
Tim Stutzla played Adler Mannheim. And, you know, he was a 17-year-old rookie last year in Adler Mannheim. Ben Smith, Stanley Cup champion with the Chicago Blackhawks, played in the NHL. I can tell you this, if you ask Tim Stutzla, who had a tremendous influence on him, he'll tell you Ben Smith. And, you know, an experienced player that can really help a young player. Here's an injury. Konashko looks like he's in a lot of discomfort.
Got tied up along the boards, took a bit of a bump.
He's not feeling good about it. Obviously, you see a player smashing his hand on the... He reaches for the puck and comes across, and that knee smacks up against the boards.
There's contact right there with the left one. Enrique Morales with the rub out along the boards, and Konashko getting help to the dressing room.
A real key defenseman for Slovakia. You know, I think the good news right now is, if there's good news, is that he's sitting on the bench being evaluated instead of taking him down the hallway.
He has 7 shots on goal coming into this game, averages over 20 minutes of ice time per game, leads his team in that category. Columbus Blue Jacket draft pick, so yes, valuable to this Slovakian squad.
Well, we got 2 young defensemen on this team, and Bichar, number 3, Simo Bichar, and then number 5, Simo Nemec. So Konashko is only an 18-year-old, but he brings experience to those younger defensemen, and they're both pretty steady in their own right.
Hit across for Albert. Albert takes this around the net. Sharp angle try, turned away by Latkatsy. The Kluka got spilled in the corner. And Germany, Probot. He comes loose and back to the line for Zimmerman, deflected. And Latkatsy may have got a piece of that as that changed directions. Zimmerman turns it over at center, but no room through the neutral zone. And Dubé will bring it back in, goes rink wide. Probot with the shot. Loose puck to the far side boards, put onto the stick of Yendik, and he'll start right back. Tied up on the boards and now grabbed off by Kalenic, but we have a holding penalty in behind the play. Slovakia with the lead as Alexei Mikluka gets his first in the
number
tournament.
14, minor penalty for holding.
Jakub Yendik reaching in behind as he tries to come back on the play versus Morales. Those offensive zone penalties, Dennis, the ones that age coaches.
Quickly. Second power play of the game for Germany. They gave up the shorthanded goal on the last man advantage, but their power play has been good. Since the goal that put Slovakia up 2-1, the last 6 shots of the game have come from Germany. So a bit of pushback there. Gnip goes back for it, parks in behind Bugle, and leaves it for Stutzla. He'll drop for Gnip, and back for Stutzla with some speed. Forced to the outside by Turan and forced to put on the brakes. Stutzla sets it up, goes rink wide for Peterka, got away from him, but good job, no. Gnip thought he held it in, the linesman says no.
I'm going to finish my thought on Tim Stutzla earlier from Adler Mannheim and Ben Smith. And so you're a 17-year-old rookie going into the German Pro League, the DEL, and you're trying to find your way. You're playing against players much older, much stronger, much more experienced. And you know, Tim Stutzla swings to the left wing on that team, and then Ben Smith was a center, and you know, just a real strong, good player. And he realized how good Stutzla was, and Stutzla realized how influential Ben Smith could be. So it's always nice to have some mentorship around you when you're a good young player, and certainly Tim had that with Ben Smith.
Broken up by Golian. Eliash plays first. Peterka back up top. Gnip near side Stutzla. Stutzla down to the goal line. Alberg trying to jam it in, can't. And this will get cleared. Gnip will go back for it. Gnip was the captain of the U18 D1 team that won gold. Lots of players from that team on this squad. Stutzla, sharp angle, score! Stutzla with the shot. Licozzi makes the save. And the rebound off a body in front and in.
Canadian hockey fans aren't going to want to hear that it reminds me a little bit of 2004 in Finland, where the winning goal ends up going off of Braden Coburn past Marc-Andre Fleury, but Stutzla is just flying up here. He gets around Duran, and then he flips it up, and then it goes right in off the body. There's really no chance. Bichar turns around, looks, and then it goes right off of his hip behind Licozzi, who had just made a terrific save on Alberg as Alberg tried to slide across previous to that rush. But the speed of Tim Stutzla can make things happen. He does make things happen. Some players can, others do. Stutzla's in the latter group.
Second of the game, third of this championship for Stutzla, who had 5 assists in last year's championship. Dubé taken down in the corner. Dubé up. Controls, watched by Staha. Plays it back at the line. Wrist shot, glove save made by Licozzi. Mrazek with the loose puck. Plays it on for Fight. Fight will send it through. Ashley off the backboard, tries to play it back for Fight. Fight being watched by Zimmerman. Zimmerman takes him down. Zimmerman is going to get a penalty. Chromiak trying to play it back to the blue line. And now play gets stopped, and a tripping penalty coming up. And Slovakia will go to the power play for the first time in this game.
Zimmerman gets caught on the wrong side.
Team Germany, number 25, minor penalty for tripping.
Quick little turn here by Fight. Puts Zimmerman in a compromising position. Here's the goal up high off the left shoulder and in off of Bichar. Tim Stutzla challenges you. He challenges the defender. He challenges the goaltender with that shot. And there's Kanashko back in the game, which is real positive for Slovakia. On the power play, gets a shot.
Stutzla intimidates you with speed.
Yep, he does.
So a 2-2 tie here as we near the midway mark of the second period. Chromiak with Slovakia on the power play. Chromiak dishes it off, got away from Kashlik, back for Chromiak. Lays it down to the goal line. First power play of the game for Slovakia. Kanashko goes cross ice. Slafkovsky takes it wide, goes in behind the net. Kashlik trying to lend a little bit of help. Comes back for Chromiak, got away from him, but he hustles and holds it in. Soika plays it around the boards. Back for Kanashko. Kanashko takes a bump from Peterka. Down in the corner was Cashleek. Back for Konashko. Shaflovsky the shot, save made. Loose puck in front of the net, and that got scooped away. Stutzla carries back in shorthanded. Taken by Bullock. Stutzla. Bullock waiting for it in front of the net, but there was no passing lane there. Bullock stays on it though, and now taken away by Slafkovsky. He'll send Chromiak away. Around for Mrazek. Mrazek got pressured, gets it back at the line though. Elias pressuring on the far side on Chromiak. Munzenberger, the big defenseman out there on the penalty kill. Nemitz from the line, down for Roman Fight. Florian Elias blocking off the one passing lane. Back up top for Nemitz, wrist shot, and that's off the blocker of Bugle. Taken by Fight, power play over. 2 shots on the man advantage, and now turned over and almost a break for Zimmerman.
What a nice play by Nemitz. It was nearly a break as Zimmerman was coming out of the penalty box, and Nemitz comes back. There's going to be a penalty for too many men on the ice in Germany.
They got away with it for a split second, and then got themselves right back into trouble. Toby Abstreiter, coach of the German team.
A lot going on here. Zimmerman comes out of the penalty box, misses the breakaway, touches the puck. Krobot gets on, and there's Roman Fight acting as the third linesman on the ice to signal too many men on the ice. Tim Stutzla pleading. His pleas were heard, but overturned.
Having a chat with Matthew Minetti, the referee. And again, all Canadian officials in this with travel restrictions the way they are. It is all a Canadian officiating crew for this championship. So Slovakia back to the power play. The game is tied at 2. Mrazek in on the forecheck. And this gets whipped down the ice. Short side try there by Albert. Yelush stops it at the side of his net, leaves it there. And up the ice for Nemitz. Nemitz takes it wide. 16 years of age, Nemitz. Back at the line, McCluka cleared away from him. Peterka shorthanded. JJ Peterka, and a good save by Lakotsi as Peterka tried to go back to the backhand. Mrazek carries back, stripped of the puck again. And now Peterka tries to spring Stutzla. That brought a reaction from the German bench. Peterka trying to clear. Cashleek knocks it back into the corner. Slafkovsky back to the line. Wrister from Konashko gets deflected. And a good save there by Bugle.
The 2 most dangerous players wearing the white jerseys are number 8 and number 24. When they're out on the ice, you better be very aware of what you're trying to do. And here's a play there, Peterka, JJ Peterka off, and he goes to the forehand and tries to slip it back on the backhand, but the leg of Latkovsky stays right with him, and he can't get it far enough back. Well, the stick comes out and knocks it out. Nice play. And then there's Stutzla getting knocked down as the stick ends up in between the blade.
He's had 3 conversations with the officials here in about the last 30 seconds, and he had a case to plead there with the stick in the blade of his skate.
They're on a first-name basis, Stutzla and the officials now.
Cleared back by Konashko and up for Chromiak. Chromiak will hit the line. Cashleek plays it back. Slafkovsky out of the penalty box. 1 shot on that power play as Krobot comes out after serving the bench minor. Elias turns it over inside his own zone. Slafkovsky plays it down, and another penalty coming to Germany. It's all started with the turnover, and Luka Munzenberger is going to go to the penalty box, and he doesn't like the call.
Samuel Kanashko in the corner makes a quick turn on Munzenberger and gets him into a vulnerable spot.
27 Germany, minor penalty, tripping.
Ends up with a trip, little quick turn there, and gets a stick in on the legs of Kanashko. The next player that is so accepting of a penalty will be the very first in the history of hockey.
Yeah. Nemitz at the line. 3 power play shots in this game for Slovakia, but 0 for 2. Statistically, Gnip ties his man up in the corner. Dubé's there, comes loose. Mrazek for fight. For Yelich, for Nemitz and back for Yelich. Rink wide. Off the sideboards. On it is Nemitz. Makluka takes the pass. Makluka plays it behind. Short side try for Mrazek. Didn't get much on it.
Germany's very aggressive on the penalty kill.
Back for Nemitz. Cross for Makluka. Near side Yelich. Tried the one-timer. Didn't get much on it. Makluka in for Roman Fight. Jammed away from him. Hustling down from the right point was Yelich and stuffs it back in behind the net for Fight. Back for Yelich. Up top for Nemitz. Score! Nemitz with the shot. Mrazek with the tip. And Slovakia capitalizes on the power play and takes the 1-goal lead back. It's 3-2.
I love the way Nemitz shoots the puck right off the pass. It doesn't allow Germany to get into the shooting lane and have an opportunity to block the shot. And it's right along the ice, and then you see here where Mrazek is able to tip it. That's just a really, really strong play all the way around between the arm and the body of Bugle. But when you shoot it right off the pass like Nemitz does, no opportunity to get into a lane to block it. And Mrazek with a second, 1 shorthanded, 1 power play.
So Slovakia with the 1-goal lead here with just over 5 to go in the second period. Slovakia trying to get to 2-1. Germany looking for its first win. Enrique Morales, and near the corner it goes. Peterka in the battle, and we'll get a stoppage in play. 4:55 on the clock. Mrazek has a pair. Need of a victory. Canada, of course, 2-0, all part of a triple header here tomorrow. Gets going with the Czech Republic and USA, then Canada, Swiss, and then Austria and Russia to close out the day. And we have another penalty.
Slovakia number 10, minor penalty interference.
Makluka will go for interference. All of a sudden, we've had our share of penalties here in the second period.
Comes off the face-off, pursuit of a puck, so behind the play. Turns and, yeah, there's the interference call right there.
For the German players, special to play in this building. It's where Leon Draisaitl plays his NHL hockey, calls his home rink.
Team Slovakia goal his second of the game. He scored on the power play by number 25.
So well respected.
National Hockey League.
Yes.
German players are certainly looking up to him,
yep,
as they should, and you know they do, and to be able to play in the home.
Stutzla for Elias, quick shot that went wide. Comes off the stick and then off the dasher board and out of play.
Leon Draisaitl is special for these young men. It's a special experience. Here's a quick play. Stutzla, a little quick turn, but he's always aware his back might be to the play, but he's aware. Don't be fooled, because all he's trying to do is fool you.
Remember the World Championship in Cologne when Edmonton got eliminated It was confirmed that Draisaitl was coming back to play the last couple of games. That city was just a buzz.
These players here, they're from Germany, the MVP of the National Hockey League, 50 goal scorer, plays here, and they can say, we played in the same arena as Leon Draisaitl. You know, Tim Stützle talks about, you know, the influence of Leon Draisaitl. Other young players feeling that they can have a career in the NHL.
Imagine when they face each other for the first time in the NHL.
And we're going to see that, you know, with the All-Canadian division.
Yep.
What a thrill.
9 or 10 times.
Well, all these players have got this thrill, the German players.
Stützle carries it on the power play. Back for Gnip. Back for Stützle. Stützle being watched closely. Stützle stays on it. Back for Gnip. Cross-ice pass. Good stick there by Yendik. And Yendik trying to break away. Short-handed. Short-side shot. Save made. Left pad by Bugle. And back comes Stützle. Stützle sends it cross-ice. It bounces around in the high slot. Yendik has it again, and another short-handed rush. Yendik tried to slip that through for Yelush. Yelush goes after it, bumped in behind the net, stays on the puck. Stützle now trying to take it away. Mrazek comes up to take it. Back for Yelush, back for Mrazek. And the power play is over. No shots on that power play for Germany.
Another penalty coming up. Mrazek for interference on Volek right in front of the penalty box. No question about it.
So the parade to the penalty box continues.
Well, we saw Germany take 3 in a row, real quick succession, and now we've seen the same back-to-back penalties to Slovakia. But this is the interference right there. Clear cut. No question about it. Mrazek trying to step in front of Volek.
Dubé will come out with his unit on this power play. Again, Germany still short-staffed. They do expect almost a full complement for the final game of the round robin as they will take on Switzerland. Back at the line, Munzenberger dishes it off. Zimmerman. Dubé creeping in from the back door. The pass never did get to him. Volek couldn't get a stick on it, and it's cleared all the way down the ice.
And Andre Golian makes a nice defensive play. And Dennis, he's headed to a place that you're a general manager of in the Western Hockey League, the Tri-City Americans. He's going to go there right after the World Junior Tournament, and hopefully the Western Hockey League season starts up, and if not, he'll return to Europe. But, you know, great place to play junior hockey. They produced a lot of top-end players. Bob Torrey runs a terrific program there.
Back at the line. Munzenberger dishes it down. Zimmerman back up top. It comes from Dubé, back for Munzenberger. Volek. Zimmerman. Shot to the short side, and Lukatsi makes the save and holds onto it. .119 in the period, 37 in the power play. There's your shots. 19-15 in favor of Germany. There's the shot from Zimmerman.
Just smothers it beautifully. You know, Lukatsi had that terrific game against Switzerland. Samuel Halavai, he was terrific versus Canada on Sunday evening. Lukatzi's come right back and been stellar here. The 2 goals that went in, both by Stützle. One went off his own player, and the other one went off of Stützle's leg off of a double deflection.
Stützle trying to work it free from Eliash. Down it goes for Alberg. Alberg on the one-timer misfired. Peterka back up top. Gnip with shot, score! 4 seconds left in the power play. And Germany has tied this game up 3-3.
Florian Eliash, Looks like he's got another goal, another point as Gnip shoots the puck, and there's Elias, number 7 right there, and there's the tip. And that's enough to fool Letkowski. Such a nice little play there by Elias. You know, it's the way he turns inward. Talking a little bit of curling talk here, Dennis. he makes the inward turn. Yes. Gets his forehand on there. Another penalty coming up to Slovakia. Oh boy. Right off the face-off. So that's 2 we've seen right off the face-off. McLuca in the offensive zone was the first penalty. Mrazek on an interference penalty in the neutral zone. And now this penalty right off the face-off at center ice after the 3rd German goal. Not the places you want to be taking penalties.
And Bichar looks like he's in some discomfort. 6 points now, by the way, for Florian Elias in the tournament. A goal and an assist. Ooh, the stick comes up.
Yeah. There's Florian Elias. But just back to that. But he turns inside so he can see where the puck is coming through, and as Gnip is moving into the middle of the ice, you know, the eye-hand coordination takes over. And that's just a really smart play by Elias.
5th power play of the game now for Germany. Stutzla. Paterka with the other assist on the goal. Good hustle on the far side by Soika, and that gets jammed out to center ice. Elias turns it over. Kashlik trying to come in. Long wrist shot, that never got to the net. 6 power play shots in the game for Germany. 2 for 4 with the man advantage now. Paterka tries to drop it back. And the second period will come to an end. So 1-1 after 1, each team with a couple here in the second. Added up quickly, comes up to 3-3. There's McLuca with the goal, Mrazek with the goal, but we're all tied up.
2 periods now in the books here inside the Edmonton bubble, and we're still all tied up. 3-3 now between Germany and Slovakia. And Ray Shimon Lekotsi, bit of a surprise starter. We were expecting Halavai in the start against the Swiss in the opener, but he proved his mettle, standing on his head here today. What's impressed you the most about him?
Well, I hadn't seen him before, and so I was surprised when he started the first game when Halave was taken out after warm-up, and all of a sudden Lekotsi was just terrific in that 28-save shutout. What I like about him is how he's able to stay square to the puck, but his legs are the key. This kid has got flash in his legs. Really quick, can really battle. Of course, this is a bit of a train wreck in front of the net, but he makes the save. Watch the deflections in front of the net and how quickly he's able to get the pads out flat, stay square to the puck, make the save, and not lose where the rebound is going. This is a difficult save that he goes from his catching hand to his blocker side to make the save, and of course the stop he makes on Paterka shorthanded to keep the game at the time 2-1.
And one of the things about both of these teams that we've seen so far, the special teams have been special. And when, you know, with the Slovaks and their offense hasn't been the best that we've seen so far at this tournament, once you get that power play going, watch out.
Well, they've got an opportunity to create something. They seem to have a difficulty creating 5-on-5. Germany, of course, everything goes through Stutzla, Paterka's hands. But both teams have run into penalty trouble in the second period. The Germans took 3 straight penalties, and at the end of the 3rd straight penalty, this deflection by Mrazek, his second goal of the game, made it 3-2. But then the Slovaks went and gave it right back. They took 3 straight penalties. They're shorthanded to start the 3rd period. But this is Elias, his 2nd point tonight. 3 goals and 3 assists in the tournament already for him. And the penalty trouble has really bit both teams, and now we got a 20-minute sprint to the finish.
For Mrazek, he only had 1 assist in 5 games of the World Juniors last year. 2 goals already here tonight. Well, let's hear from Marco Staha. He is standing by with our Blake Price.
Seems like both teams know how big a game it is out there. What is it like out there right now, the intensity?
Yeah, game is really tough for both teams. There is a lot of power plays on both sides, and it's tied up after 2 periods. So we need to score in third period.
Well, you defended so well versus Canada last night, but you do need at least one goal left here. So do you think attack or do you wait for your moment?
Yeah, we need to play from good defense. We know that because we are not such good individuals like Canada or Russia, like big teams. So we need to play like good team from good defense, and our chances will come.
Best of luck in the third period. Thank you.
Thank you.
Earlier today, the Swedes put their 53-game preliminary round win streak on the line and ran into a hot Austrian goaltender. Meanwhile, it's all smiles with Team USA, Cole Caulfield and Trevor Zegras. We've got all that next. Earlier today in Group B action, Austria taking on Sweden, and here in the first late goings of the period, Sweden power play, and it's Noel Gunler opening the scoring in the bubble. As we move to the second, and another power play for Sweden. This time, Theodor Niederbach gets a piece of it, and just like that, it's 2-0. Gunler, he's at it again before the period was through. 3-0. Now, Sebastian Ranischitz, he started this one for Austria and was outstanding. Yes, he ended up giving up 4 goals in all. You'll see the last one from Lucas Raymond, but Ranischitz made 61 saves in this one as Sweden, and that 54 preliminary wins in a row now. And we're going to take a quick look at the standings. So Sweden right at the top, and what a tough group. The Czechs upset Russia yesterday to muddy the waters even further. Canadians prospect Cole Caulfield and Trevor Zegras are back for another World Junior together, looking to get back on the podium after last year's 6th place finish. Our Mark Masters caught up with the good friends to talk about their unique superstitions.
Trevor, Cole, we've noticed a couple of interesting things on the ice from you guys at this year's World Juniors. Wanted to get your perspective. First of all, how did you guys end up being the last 2 on the ice at practices?
I mean, that's just kind of been a thing since our 17 year together. We've always kind of just ended up sticking on the ice together, just shooting pucks, or we're flipping it to each other, or just stupid stuff. I mean, we always love to be out there when practice is over, just trying new things and being creative.
And then the other thing we noticed is the warm-up routine, putting cold water down each other's, I guess, equipment. How did that start?
That started at the program as well. Just kind of started to get something going, and it's just kind of a fun way to. We usually get the trainers involved too. That didn't happen last game, so we'll get back to that.
One of the first games, we were kind of doing it by ourselves, and we were like, you know what, might as well help each other out here.
Is there something we don't know about each of you guys? Like Trevor, would you say, is there a hidden Cole Caulfield talent or hobby or something? Like what, kind of giving you the floor here if you want to embarrass him, I suppose. Talent. Cole, it's going to be the same question to you. Like what's something like we don't know about trying?
He's got these crazy Uggs.
Uggs, really?
Some good, they're Birkenstock slippers, yeah. He's got a cute dog, Olive.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, shout out Olive.
Do you guys remember the first time you met? What that was like at all?
I mean, I remember playing this guy back when we were like 7 years old. He was still the smallest guy out there, but I mean, man, he had like 5 goals every time we played him. So I guess that was the first time I met him.
I just remember the break tournament.
Yeah,
honestly, you and Niter, the wall back there.
The bromance is real. Well, we're in store for a terrific third period. It's all
Four goals and lots of penalties in that period. Makluka, and then Tim Stützle comes back. Mrazek with his second of the game after Stützle had his second, and then Florian Elias from Gnip and Peterka. There's your shots, 20-15 in favor of Germany. So Stützle's got a couple of goals in this game, and Mrazek has a couple of goals in this game.
Yeah, Michael Mrazek with a shorthanded goal and with a power play goal. And the shorthanded goal, we showed that it was offside, but it's a really good alert play by Michael Mrazek coming underneath the defenseman, Rabe, and then slips it between the legs of Bugle. And then this power play marker, great eye-hand coordination between the body and the arm. And we see how magnificent the hands are. I guess the voting has to determine what's better, the hands or the hair.
Let the voting begin.
All righty, boys, here we go. Finish strong. Yep, here we go. Germany down first. All right, finish strong, boys.
And finish strong they will, because we have a 3-3 tie. Through center, just gets deflected in, and a icing call. 1 minute left in the power play for Germany. Fifth time in this game that Slovakia has been shorthanded. They've had 3 power plays. Special teams, very important part of the scoring in this game. We've had 3 power play goals, a shorthanded goal. Peterka carries in, stuffs it in behind the Slovakian net. Mudrak on it. Tried to whip it around the boards, misfired on it. At the line, Gnip for Stutzla. Stutzla gets it down low, then gets it back. Albert heads to the front of the net. Stutzla puts it there.
See how quickly something can happen with Stutzla?
Peterka. Back for Albert. Back for Peterka. Up top for Gnip. JJ Peterka to the front of the net. That got blocked by Mudrak. On it is Eliash. Gets it for Stutzla. Backdoor for Peterka. And that got tipped away by Golian. Gnip has it again. Back for Stutzla. Looking for 3. And a good glove save by Latkazi.
Yeah, very nice save by Latkazi. Stutzla gets that head up. Here's the first play across the crease. Feathers it and just over the stick of Alberg. What a beautiful play, and that was the quickness where he attacks it in. Here's the quick shot trying to go up high under the bar.
Dubé out to take the face off. Dubé's won 8 of 11. Coming into this third period, power play is over. 1 shot on that power play. Simon Gnip has played 19 minutes and 5 seconds coming into this third period. He has been the busiest player as far as ice time is concerned. Fight, trying to jam it through. Bowler takes it away. Dubé for Krobat. At the line, stopped by Yelush.
We talk about Gnip too. Some of his defensemen on his team, you know, Munzenberger and Zimmerman have taken penalties, so that puts even more pressure on the defense core with only 5 dressed.
Julian Krobat puts on the brakes. And Germany on the attack. She gets sent in by Glitzel. After it, Bichar sends it around for Slovakia. Kalenic trying to gather it in, can't. Slammed back in from the blue line by Albert. Now comes to Glitzel. Glitzel sends it cross ice. Shot through some traffic. And that deflects up and out of play.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
3-3 tie here in the third. Floater from the blue line. That didn't miss by much. And Latkazi didn't get a real good look at that as Glitzel let that one fly. Kanashko on for Kashlik. Kashlik again leading Slovakia in ice time after 40 minutes. At just over 14 minutes. Bichar. Slavkovsky looking for Chromiak, and that got tipped away. Cleared up the boards quickly by Straw. Gnip on for Stutzla. Stutzla for Peterka. Peterka puts on the brakes. Stutzla heads for the front of the net. Peterka put it there. Stutzla couldn't knock it down. And now a clearing attempt goes off a stick and out of play.
One of the many things I love about Tim Stutzla is he doesn't wait for things to happen. He makes things happen. He's got initiative in his game. Real drive.
He has 2. Mrazek has 2. Triple header tomorrow, starting with Czech Republic and USA. Back to the blue line and out to center. Zimmerman backtracks. Zimmerman pressured by Jedlička. Cross ice pass by Stützle off a skate. And then Stützle looking to get it back, but it's blocked. McLuka gets into a battle with Zimmerman. McLuka comes up with it, then it's jammed off his stick. J.J. Peterka trying to bust his way through, can't. Comes up with the loose puck, though, in for IIHF. And the one-timer did not miss by much. Goal and an assist for IIHF here in this game. Gnip, by the way, has 3 assists to go along with all the ice time that he has had. Stützle right back in. Stützle spun around, and a penalty coming to Jeluš. And Germany will go back on the power play.
Yeah. Stützle makes a quick turn on Jeluš. Draws the penalty. There's the quick turn by Stützle, and there's the hook by Jeluš. And the only positive, the early part of this power play for penalty kill for Slovakia, rather, is that Stützle, Peterka, and IIHF are just coming off a shift.
4th straight trip to the penalty box for Slovakia. Shot from Dubé, turned away on the short side. Bullock gets buried in behind the net by Mudrak. On for Dubé. Power play for Germany. Dubé, the wrist shot, looking for that far side. And that goes off the dasherboard and sails over top the glass.
You know what I love? 25 seconds into this power play, and so the puck goes out of play, and I'm telling you what, Tim Stützle's right up on the bench. He wants to get right out there. There's J.J. Peterka right next to him. Get me out there.
Well, Coach Abstrider elects to leave the same power play unit out there. Germany 2 for 5 with the man advantage. 7 power play shots. Hugel, who has picked up an assist on the second Stützle goal in nets for Germany. This is his first appearance of the World Junior. One of the players that has not been able to play because of health reasons. Dubé sends it in. Turin comes up with it. And Oliver Turin will play it down.
Well, Grant Fuhr, his numbers up here in the rafters in Edmonton here. He had a whole lot of assists one year. I remember I've heard him joke about it. I remember him saying it once. He goes, oh yeah, I had all the assists. I stopped the puck behind the net, and Paul Coffey would come and wheel and go all the way up the ice. And so they gave me an assist.
Maybe not that far from the truth. Gnip will flip this in. Goes in after it, ties it up there with Mudrak. Peterka trying to pull it off the backboard. Stützle's there as well.
It's still there.
Or IIHF rather. Stützle over in the corner. IIHF for Stützle. Stützle plays it back at the line. Peterka takes the pass. Ouch. Peterka unloads on the one. Ouch. Peterka unloaded on the one-timer. Golian blocked it, and then when Golian was down, Peterka skated by him and clipped him. Off the sideboards now. IIHF. Jeluš is out of the penalty box. Cross ice it goes. Big save. Rebound. What a chance for Yendik.
Great save by Grugel.
Developed into an odd man rush with the penalty expiring. In front of the net, a tip. What a setup by Peterka. And Albert tipped it just wide. Keeping an eye at the bench on Andre Golian. It's a tough couple seconds. Down the ice it goes. Lutzel back for Germany. He gets pressured. Dishes it off to Raba. Raba with the long lead pass. Lukatsi had to be careful with that. Tanoshko plays it ahead, and Fight will send it on. Bichar from Mrazek. Mrazek outside, inside, stripped of the puck by Raba. Raba will play it in behind his own net, almost a turnover, but it does end up on the stick of Schumacher, and he'll play it all the way down the ice, but he was on his own side of center, and we'll get a stoppage in play. And there is Golian, appears to be all right.
Andre Golian gets right out there. And then as Albert comes by, it's the lower body, upper body double whammy. Then he tries to get back with no stick to defend because he can't get off the ice.
Puck up at centers, deflected in. Slafkovsky deflects it all the way into the Germany zone. Chromiak goes after it. Cashley, Slafkovsky and Chromiak out there now for Slovakia. Nemitz will go back for it. Slovakia trying to get to 2-1. Germany trying to pick up its first win of this tournament. Germany came here with the goal to get to the playoffs, get to the quarterfinals. Had some adversity to battle through. Nemitz plays this around for Chromiak. Chromiak, Slafkovsky had this get away from him, goes after it, but Coburg gets there first. Plays it back in. Cashley is after it. Cashley, he's getting pressured there by Albert. And cleared up in center, taken by Slafkovsky. Sends it in, turn, hits to the bench on the change, and Zimmerman goes back for Germany. Just leaves it in behind his own net. Teams finish their change, 11 left in regulation. Munzenberger leaves it. He'll head to the bench, and Glutzel is on the loose puck. Ahead for Gnip. Gnip deflects it in. And again on his own side of center. So another icing call.
So Tim Stützle, a little Canadiana for you. Tim Stützle and Florian Elias were with the Adler Mannheim junior team. They opened up the Listowel, Ontario arena. And I guess it was a terrific game. But here's the interesting, Stützle and Elias couldn't believe, you know, how the community was so entrenched with junior hockey. And then they had a big potluck dinner after that game, and they just, the whole community involved. And you know, we know it, but when you're a young player coming over for Germany and you see that firsthand, pretty impressive. So we know that story to be true in communities all across Canada, and at a young age, Stützle and Elias were able to experience it.
Long wrist shot by Yedlichka, gloved and held by Bugle. Time now for the Gatorade shift of the game, and we'll go back to that shift by Andre Golian. Blocks the shot, and then Alberg catches him. Oop, I better get back here because there's a rush coming. And then he'll make his way to the Slovakian bench.
It's amazing.
Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Excuse me. It's amazing how the competitive instincts take over. You know, a player's hurt, he's hobbling, trying to get to the bench, and he sees, oh, I got to defend here. And it just takes over. It really is something.
Kalenic trying to clear, kept in at the blue line. Kalenic on it again, except he gets out muscled by Volek. And now Mudrak is back. Golian. Long right side pass. Mudrak hits the line. One of the returning players from last year's team for Slovakia. Mudrak tied up in the corner, trying to work it free. Kalenic had it get away from him, and it's up for Albert. Goes in one-on-one on Straha. Straha plays him well. Puck sent around the boards. Robot trying to work it free, gets it back. Dubé gets it to the line to Glutzel. His slap shot from the line is held by Lakotsi.
This is a competitive game. There's Glotzel with the shot in on Lakotsi, and again, just clean with everything. There's no fumbling around. Just calm in the net.
9:22 left in the third period. Nemitz up for Yelush. Yelush sends it in, barges his way in after it. Cleared for Glutzel. Glutzel sends it back to the far side. Mrazek takes it away though. Mrazek for Yelush, for fight, back for Yelush. In from the line is Staha. Yelush tried to get it to him, but it's intercepted by Glutzel. Through center for Albert, back for Glutzel, wrist shot, glove save. And we get a face-off. 2 in the game for Stützle. It's a 3-3 tie. Time now for Gear Up with Skip the Dishes. A little bit of house cleaning there. Our man Brownie. Got to keep that clean. That's the end zone RoboCam. Gives you all those great shots.
I think he's trying to get a reflection to see how good he's looking. I think that's what Brownie's doing. Tell you what, he looks great. He's a Bengals fan. The Bengals beat the Steelers, so he was thrilled a week ago, Monday. But when you are a fan of the Bengals and you can remain with that type of an upbeat attitude.
Cross ice pass, Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada.
Yeah, Brownie delivers with those great shots.
Icing is the call. Tim Stützle looking up at the clock. As much ice time as some of these German players have had because they're short-staffed. Not sure they really need overtime, but if the game dictates, they will take it.
Well, overtime presents some interesting options because it guarantees each team at least 1 point.
Correct. Kashlik to the front of the net, bobbled there by Bugle as there was pressure coming. He makes the save though, and it's cleared up at center. Volek carries it back in. Volek 1-on-2, and the puck does make its way to the net area, and Lakotsi will smother it.
Well, tight quarters, a little bit of bumper cars going on. Somebody loses their mouth guard.
Volek might have got the worst of that.
Yeah, looks like Volek's mouth guard comes out of his mouth.
Slap shot from the line on the one-timer from Gutzel, turned away.
That's a simple save, or looks like a simple save, but the way Latkowski gets himself in position long before allows him to make it look easy.
McCluka looking for Yedlichka in front of the net, and right back up the ice. Krobot stopped at center ice. Albert had to get away from him. McCluka trying to carry it in. Couldn't quite get it to the forehand to get a shot away. And this will get flipped back out at center ice. Golian back for it. Golian will leave it, and he will head to the bench on the change. Under 7 now here in a 3-3 tie. Yendik taking that pass from Staha. Got away from him. Munzenberger for Zimmerman. Throws it rink wide. Peterka puts on the brakes in the offensive zone. Lays it back at the line. Graba. And a great defensive play there. And that got cleared out to center ice.
Kolinich made a real good play because it was a really nice fake by Rabe. And then where he thought he was by Kolinich stays with his stick right on the puck, and no opportunity ensues.
Munzenberger knocked off his stick. Germany controls though. Peterka at center, watched by Yendik. It is back for Nemitz. Nice bank pass for Staha. Staha puts on the brakes and sends it back for Nemitz. And back for Staha with Stützle in on the forecheck. Up for Mrazek. Mrazek will deflect it in. After it is Fight. Fight, first man on it. Fight in the battle there with Glutzel. Big hit on the play. And that brought a reaction from the Slovakian bench. 5:47 on the clock. 3 for Slovakia, 3 for Germany. 5:47 left in this one. Triple header tomorrow. USA versus Czech Republic, Canada, Switzerland, Austria, and Russia. Face-offs become a little more important now in the offensive zone as time winds down on the clock. We have not had an overtime game here yet at the 2021 World Junior Championship. Enrique Morales sends it in, goes in after it, cleared away from him. Kanashko for Mrazek. Mrazek will power his way in. Plays in Sweden, Mrazek does. Wrister from Kanashko, that got blocked. Ouch, that hurts. Carried in, the German player still down in behind the play after blocking that shot. It is
like
Steven Rabe.
Yeah. Gnep looks like he got something in the face area, whether it be a stick or... Here's Kanashko. Here's the shot. Comes through. Looks like it hits him on the inside of the left knee.
Yep.
Those can sting when you get it, like, you know, where there might not be some padding, just a little bit of felt or that soft padding, and gets on that bone and it stings pretty good.
So he'll get some attention.
That puts him down to potentially 4 defensemen in these last 5 minutes of the game. Don't worry, Simon Gnep can fill in there. He'll just play more minutes. He'll get up over 30.
Keep an eye on him. He got a little shaken up there on that last shift as well.
I know, he was tending to part of his face.
Golian for Mudrak. Slavkovsky will send this in. And Germany right back on the attack. The center and no further. Stripped of the puck was Zimmerman. Then he recovers in time. Slapped off the boards by Mudrak. And flipped back in. Dubé's after it. Chromiak. For Golian. Golian will wind his way into the German zone. Under 4.5 left here in the third. Stützle's on the loose puck. Stützle carries back. Stützle into the slot, and a great backtrack there by Chromiak. Just got enough of Stützle's stick. Here comes Chromiak back the other way, and he's poke-checked inside the German line. Stützle, and knocked off of his stick by Slavkovsky. Glutzel starts the pass. Peterka chases it down. Peterka trying to work it off the backboards. Gets tied up on the play. And back down the ice for McCluka. McCluka to the front of the net. And what an opportunity there for Jedlička. And Bugle may have got enough of it.
Oh, I think he did, Dennis, with the right pad.
Kanashko trying to drop pass that got intercepted. Schumacher. Long floater from the left side that doesn't get to the net. So Bugle with a big stop on what turned out to be an odd man rush.
Nice play by McLuca. There's where you see Elias fish it out there after, but here's the pass across, and right to the net and giving it everything he's got to deny Jedlichka.
Almost gets it over that right pad, but good save by Bugle.
Looked like it might have fallen right behind it, and that's where Florian Ilias comes in behind and fishes it out and gets it out of harm's way.
Kanashko stripped to the puck. Back at the blue line, Munzenberger goes cross ice. Zimmerman, the wrister wide. Off the backboards. Chipped in behind the net. Grabbed off by Bichar. Bichar's pass intended for Yendik. Off a stick. Kanashko skates to it. Kanashko finds some room. Tries to go outside on Munzenberger. Not easy to do. Gets it down for Elias. Juraj Elias. Over to the right point. Traffic in front. Wrist shot from Golian is blocked. Yendik in the corner. Yendik trying to get away from Zimmerman. And now 2.5 left in regulation. Mrazek trying to work it off the sideboards. Cannon Alberg is back. Woodrak quickly on the loose puck, overskates it. Tries to get it back. Alberg pokes it back in behind the net. Dubé trying to work it to the front. Elias there to clear it away for Slovakia, and then Mrazek chopped it out to center ice. And
hit a player exiting the ice for Slovakia and fell into the bench area. I believe it might have been Golian that was going off the ice, but nonetheless, no, it was Mrazek maybe. Anyway, the player was going off the ice, the puck hit him in the leg and landed on the bench.
So young 16-year-old Simon Nemetz back out.
You know who he reminds me of at the same age? Dante Fabro. Real steady, real calm, and Dante won a gold medal with Canada and Buffalo. And
wrist shot off the face-off and off the crossbar. Tim Stützle within a whisker of a hat trick and maybe the game-winning goal.
What a release.
Cleared back in.
The only sense that Latkotsky could use on that one was hearing, because he never saw it.
And Rabe with the lead pass, misfires looking for Peterka and an icing call.
Yeah, Stützle knows he just missed. There's Elias off the face-off, clear back.
That was off his stick in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
Kashlake trying to get it back to the blue line for Staha. After it is Chromiak, couldn't get a shot away. Cleared up at center. And back in for Peterka. Peterka puts on the brakes in the corner. Centered into the slot. Turning with it is Elias. Elias looking for Peterka. Stützle off the corner board. Stützle gets rubbed out and knocked down. Stützle stays in the fight. Came up with it, then it got away from him.
Good play by Kashlake. Again, a good play by Kashlake.
Slafkovsky, the long wrist shot, that went wide. Kept in at the line by Bichar. For Slafkovsky. Slafkovsky trying to work it off the backboards. Being watched by Gutzel. Put back to the line. Wrister by Kanashko changed directions. Chopped to the front of the net. After it is Slafkovsky and turned away and right back up the ice. Turned in by Dubé and he'll go after it. Into the final minute. Dubé gets rubbed out in the corner. Kanashko trying to clear. Soika back in behind his own net for Kanashko. Sends it around the boards. Bichar will play it back in behind his own net, but Alberg is there to gobble it up. 25 seconds left. Late push here by Germany. Kanashko trying to tie it up. Folik is there.
Here we go, boys.
And finally, the referee, after encouraging them to keep it going, referee will whistle it down and we'll get a face-off. And coming right back out is Stützle and Peterka.
Well, we saw what happened on the last face-off in the offensive zone for Germany, and Tim Stützle came within inches, centimeters of getting the fourth goal. So on the face-off here with Elias.
Elias won 11 of 18 after 2 periods. This one gets tied up, and then he does chop it back to the blue line. Gnip trying to play it back down low, does. Golian is after it. Golian being grounded there by Eliash. Got it up front for Paterko, but he couldn't handle it. And time expires, and for the first time in the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship, we are headed for overtime as Slovakia and Germany have battled through 60 minutes and are deadlocked 3-3. Overtime next. Slovakia and Germany headed for overtime. Look at the Slovakian bench. Robert Petrovicki, 3-on-3. And not a surprise who Kobe Abstreiter is sending out. As we look at the standings, Canada 2-0, Finland 2-0. Slovakia trying to get the 2-1. Germany trying to pick up its first win. Switzerland also winless so far.
Slovakia has 4 points now. Germany has 1. If Slovakia wins this game, whether in overtime or a shootout, that will eliminate Germany from being able to finish third. Really put a strong grip. You know, Switzerland has Canada left and Germany. You have to not be presumptuous, but assume that Switzerland's not going to beat Canada.
5 minutes, 3-on-3.
So this would basically be a
I want us to have a good draw here.
strong hold on third place for Slovakia with the win here. So overtime or shootout.
Each team picks up a point, and the win now is just worth 2 points. Not the 3 that a clean win is.
And that would give Slovakia 5, and Germany would be at 1, and the most they can get is 3 points in a clean win versus Switzerland.
Stützle in on Mudrak. Stützle with 2 in the game. Out there with Gnip and Paterka. Stützle got poke checked, but Paterka comes over quickly to make sure it wasn't an odd man break for Slovakia.
And with all that math, my high school math teacher, Mr. Bill Storfer, he'd be really happy with me.
Through the middle of the ice, Chromiak breaks it up. Cashley going after it, but Stützle will be back first. Slovakia completes its change. Stützle with the longer shift here finds a little bit of room. Rister to the short side, and that got turned away. And now an odd man rush. McLuca carries it across with Fight. Fight the shot. That's off the outside of the post. And back up with Stützle. Stützle with Zimmerman. And a penalty coming up on the play as McLuca got the stick into the hands of Zimmerman. And in overtime, Germany will go to the power play. Paterka carries back in. Sends it cross ice. Dubé up top for Paterka. Back for Dubé. Dubé sends it cross ice. On and off the stick of Munzenberger. Munzenberger has it again. Extra attacker on the ice for Germany. Munzenberger. Back for Paterka. Paterka walks it in, lets the wrister go off the body and wide. Retrieved by Volek. Back for Munzenberger, back for Volek. Near side Paterka. Munzenberger has it, walks in, rips it. Save made, rebound. Another shot and another save by Lecotzi. Jammed ahead, and now play gets whistled down. And a power play coming for Germany, but
10 Slovakia, minor penalty, hooking.
Well, McLuca was coming back. The play was going back and forth. 2-on-1s both ways, and then right here on the hands, McLuca on Zimmerman, the defenseman jumping into the attack. 2:32 left here.
Paterka stays out. He came out for the extra attacker when the netminder Bugle went to the bench. So 4-on-3. Gnip, Paterka, Stützle, and Eliash. Eliash has the puck. Back up top, Gnip. Stutzla on the near side. Peterka back for Gnip. For Stutzla. Stutzla trying to get it down to the goal line. Good block there by Golian. And this will get cleared, but kept in by Gnip. Back for Stutzla, cross for Peterka. Back up top, Gnip doesn't shoot it. Stutzla walks it in, down to the goal line, and it got away from Elias. Stutzla had it get away from him, and that allows a clear. The long reach of Soika. Quickly up for Stutzla and right back in. Into the final 93 seconds here of overtime. Germany on a power play. Stutzla plays it back. Zimmerman watched in the corner, plays it back for Stutzla. Peterka's had the long shift. Stutzla rips it. That got blocked by Yendik. Kept it at the line by Zimmerman. Back for Stutzla. Stutzla down for Peterka. Shot to the short side off the side of the net. Back for Zimmerman. Corrals it off the boards. Zimmerman walks it in. Stutzla. Peterka. Peterka doesn't shoot it. Zimmerman does, scores! Power play goal by Mario Zimmerman. And Germany defeats Slovakia in overtime by a score of 4-3.
JJ Peterka makes an outstanding play. He shows shot. Latkowski has to commit. He gets the Slovak defenders over onto that side. Zimmerman steps right into the middle of the ice. Fires it into the net for the winning goal. And I guess if justice is served, well, here's the play. The puck, there's Peterka, look, and then quick shot by Zimmerman. The pass across, fake, and then what a pass and what a shot. Yeah, that's Stutzla that delivers the first pass over to Peterka. They're magic. And when we look back at this game, if justice is to be served, Slovakia did score a shorthanded goal that was clearly offside. So when we come back to it, Germany gets the just reward.
Zimmerman takes a look. Lots of traffic in front, but it finds its way to the back of the net.
And Zimmerman was the one that drew the penalty by jumping up into the attack 3-on-3, drawing the penalty on McLuca. And then he finishes it off with the penalty he drew.
So Switzerland, the only team in Group A now without a victory. And Switzerland will play Canada tomorrow. We'll have the player of the game presentations and then the national anthem of Germany.
The best players of each team is presented by Explore Edmonton, the visitor economy and venue management organization for Edmonton. Each winner will be awarded with a custom wallet from local maker Clothes General Leather Company. Recipients will receive their award after they exit the ice. The best player of Team Slovakia est le numéro 4, number 4, David Mudrak. The best player of Team Germany est le numéro 29, number 29, Florian Bugel.
Holding it in his first action. Second overtime win by Germany at World Junior competition.
The national anthem of Team Germany.